Today is the 303rd day of 2017. There are 62 days left in the year. Today is HIGHLIGHT2012 Sandy, the worst storm in decades to strike the densely populated U.S. East Coast, floods New York's subway, leaves millions without power, kills at least 182 people and causes $65 billion in damages. Other events S1270 The Eighth and Last Crusade is launched. 1697, France signs the Peace of Ryswick, ending the War of the Grand Alliance between France on one side and England, the Netherlands, Spain, and the Holy Roman Empire on the other. 1817 Simón Bolívar organizes independent government in Venezuela. 1888 in London, Jack the Ripper murders its last victim. 1918 Czechoslovakia is proclaimed an independent republic. 1928 Experimental transmission of still photographs by television begins in Britain. 1930 Treaty of Friendship between Greece and Turkey is signed in Ankara. 1938 The U.S. radio play, The War of the Worlds, starring Orson Welles, airs on CBS. The live drama, which employed fake news reports, panicked listeners who thought its portrayal of a Martian invasion was true. 1945 The U.S. government announces the end of shoe rationing. 1961 The Soviet Union tests a hydrogen bomb with a force estimated at 58 megatons, an action condemned throughout the world. The Soviet Party Congress unanimously approves a resolution ordering the removal of Joseph Stalin's body from Lenin's tomb. 1974 Muhammad Ali knocks out George Foreman in the 8th round of a 15-round bout in Kinshasa, Zaire, to regain his world heavyweight title. 1978 U.S. President Jimmy Carter signs a law allowing the deportation of all naturalized U.S. citizens who had engaged in Nazi atrocities. 1983 A powerful earthquake hits eastern Turkey, killing over 1,300 people in Erzurum and Kars provinces. 1989 Riot police in Moscow repeatedly charge and club demonstrators following a candlelight vigil outside KGB headquarters in memory of Stalin's victims. 1992 Heavy fighting breaks out in Luanda, the capital of Angola, between the government and the Union for the Total Independence of Angola. The conflict rages for 3 days, claiming at least 1,000 lives, until both sides establish a truce on November 1. 1995 Quebec votes against separation from Canada by 50.6% to 49.4%. 1997 Sri Lanka's Air Force begins recruiting women to train as pilots for cockpits left vacant by the deaths of airmen in the country's 14-year civil war. 1998 In Nicaragua, a mudslide caused by Hurricane Mitch kills at least 2,000 people on the slopes of the Casitas volcano in Pasoltega. 1999 The last Indonesian troop ship sails out of East Timor, ending a bloody 24-year military engagement in the now independent nation. Some 200,000 East Timorese and 5,000 Indonesian troops had perished since the Indonesian invasion of the former Portuguese colony on December 7, 1975. 2004 Ukrainians vote in a presidential election closely watched by the West for signs of whether the former Soviet Republic is committed to democracy and whether the country that sprawls between Russia and NATO's eastern flank will tilt toward the Kremlin. 2076 French charity workers have been charged with kidnapping after a failed attempt to leave Chad with 103 children that an aid group said are orphans from Sudan's Darfur region, Chadian authorities say. 2008 A U.S. federal jury convicts Charles MacArthur Emmanuel, the son of former Liberian President Charles Taylor, in the first case brought under a 1994 U.S. law allowing prosecution for torture and atrocities committed overseas. 2009 Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton is confronted repeatedly by Pakistanis as she ends a tense, 3-day tour of the country, chastised by one woman who said a U.S. program using aerial drones to target terrorists amounted to executions without trial. 2010 Yemeni police arrest a woman on suspicion of mailing a pair of bombs powerful enough to take down airplanes, officials said, as details emerged about a terrorist plot aimed at the U.S. that exploited security gaps in the worldwide shipping system. 2011 The ruling Conservative Party's candidate declares victory in Bulgaria's presidential runoff after exit polls indicated he had won handily and his socialist challenger conceded defeat. Today's birthdays: Richard Brinsley Sheridan, Irish author politician, 17,411,816. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Russian novelist, 18,211,881. Ezra Pound, U.S. poet, 18,851,972. Louis Malle, French film director, 19,321,995. Henry Winkler, U.S. actor, 1945. Diego Maradona, Argentine soccer star, 1960. AP